what strengths do you feel like, or aspects do you think that the Brigade will have this upcoming season that will set you apart from all the other teams?
Ooh.
Hey everybody, my name's Breanna Sorensen and welcome to another episode of Bree's Breakout. Today I am with Chris Garrand, who is the head coach of the Tampa Bay Brigade. Chris, how's it going?
It's going. What's going on?
Good. So first, how excited are you for the season to just be right around the corner? We're almost there.
Yes, really excited, man, because obviously with everything that was going on last year, I don't want to say it sucked because we still got to get on the grid and play, but it obviously wasn't a regular season like we're all used to. But was the tournament fun? Yes. Do I want to do another tournament? No. So I'm really excited that we're going to have a regular season this year.
Yeah. Tell me, what has your recruiting strategy been this upcoming season, and where exactly are you in that process?
So just backing up with last year, it was kind of we were putting things together, who's available, who wants to do it in that time, So with last year, we had a bunch of really great athletes. But as everybody knows in the league, we don't practice. You know what I mean? I want to say this is year 5? Year 1, 5, something like that. I think we've had 2, maybe 3 practices in 5 years. So,
wow.
Yeah, if you average that out, that's not very good. I'm not good at math, but that's not a good average. So,
wow.
Basically, I brought on Jess as she's a co-owner with me this year. And we sat down and we're like, dude, we have to do some restructuring here. You know what I mean? We have to practice because the league has gotten so crazy with talent. You know what I mean? To where, the first couple of years I had good teams because I pulled the best players locally, you know what I mean? And we just got together and I was like, hey, go do this. And they were good enough athletes that where they could go and do it. And boom, we win. And we won a lot. But now, teams practicing all the time, getting down everything, all the movements, everything they need to get down to, be competitive. So now it's just not about having talent. So we sat down and we're like, hey, we need to get people who, one, are committed, right, to understanding we have to practice if we're going to win. If we don't, we're going to get mopped up on the floor. So that's one thing that we went into, talking with the players and saying there needs to be an understanding that this year is different from the past. We're not just going to show up and go. We have to practice. So that's one thing. And then, we have, just like everybody, we have your solid core players that you want to bring back every year. So for us, we were able to get those players. So now we're looking for new talent, which I'm really excited about some of these new people that we have. We signed 1 or 2 new people, and then we also brought 1 or 2, I guess you can call them OGs back. So I'm really excited about them being back because one, obviously they're talented, but they were from, the year 1 and year 2 teams. So they have a little bit of grid experience and they know what to expect, and they're just going to bring that team together again. Yeah. So I'm excited, man.
Are you allowed to talk about who you've or who you brought new to the team, or are you going to hold that off for announcements?
I'll hold some of them off for the announcements. We signed Marissa, who she is. She's one of the gymnasts. She's super tiny. Which 3 feet tall, maybe 4.
Anyway, maybe 4. Pushing it.
If she was 3 feet tall, that would be super awesome because that just means her, range of motion would be even shorter. But I know she signed up for the grid trials. She'll probably be doing the triple touches, double touches, all that stuff. And for someone who's going to be in their first year of grid, she's going to smoke it, man. Her speed with that body weight stuff is crazy. And then another body weight guy, Chris, who we had last year, who is one of the hardest working dudes that I know. Didn't really know what to expect with him. But gymnastically, he comes from a high-level gymnastic background, but he works hard. Always sending me stuff, so I love that dude. But both of them together, it's funny because they have Instagram workout battles. You know what I mean? They'd be like, "Oh,
that's awesome.
I'm gonna do these triple touches this fast. I'm gonna do them this fast." And then I think Chris just did them with his vest on, which good for him. I'm too old to do that. But I'm just like, dude. So I'm waiting to see if she, hits a little rebuttal video. But I can't wait to see both of them get back on the grid. And then signing an OG, we signed Sam, who was on the team year 1, 2, I want to say 3.
Mm-hmm.
She was out last year just from, competing elsewhere and whatnot. So she's going to be strength, utility. So it's looking good.
Awesome. That's great. And now that grid trials are open, what positions are you specifically looking to add to your team?
Utility. We need a couple players that are, I guess you can call them CrossFitters, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
We all do it. It's CrossFit, whatever. But people that are well-rounded. Yeah. And then maybe one more barbell guy. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to be Nick and run myself out there and touch a barbell. Not happening. Not happening. Good for him. Dude, good for him. I love that dude. But yep, you can see this guy out there. So yeah, we need a couple utility players and then barbell, and that's really it. We have a good solid group coming back that we've talked with and that we've signed. So yeah, can't wait to get them on there.
Yeah, and how do you feel like your team has adapted? Like you said, you're making sure everyone's practicing now. How do you feel like the team has adapted to you saying that?
A lot better. I feel like this year we have players that are even like the first year players or even the rookies. Like when I'm talking to them, like I feel they're hungry. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yes, like I want this dude or this girl. I'm like, yes, send me your videos. Send me all them videos. And you know what I'm saying? Like, definitely. And then, I'll feed them. I'll get them riled up and to where they're just ready to go. So just people that are hungry, man.
Yeah. What strengths do you feel like, or aspects do you think that the Brigade will have this upcoming season that will set you apart from all the other teams?
Ooh. That's a tough one because all the teams are so close now. You know what I mean?
Speaking of that, since you were co-founder of the Brigade, so tell me about the sheer level of talent like you've seen grow, because you were there since the beginning of the Brigade. So tell me about, how you've seen this league just grow even, talent-wise, because I feel like every team now is just loaded. Like there's almost like a wait list of all these amazing players.
Like you have to wait for someone to it's terrible to say, you got to wait for someone to get hurt. Or catch COVID now. You're like, oh, thank God, that person has COVID. You know what I mean? Which is terrible, but that's,
Yeah.
I had to do a Nick and get a drink in the interview. Okay. Sorry about that.
Okay.
So in the past for us, it's always been our girls because girls that are super strong, I've always had super strong girls, which has, in the past, like I said, set us apart to where now everybody's got strong girls.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy. Like they're so strong. And then for guys, there's every team has one or two that's just strength wise above and beyond. So then it's just filling everything else out. And then going back to the whole practice thing, like you have to get out there and get those little things down because it's not about just being able to, have the strongest and fastest people anymore. Like, yeah, that's cool. But if they can't move with their team down the grid or know when to switch or know when to back up 2 steps, you're going to lose, man.
Absolutely. Well, we're excited to see what talent you're bringing for this upcoming season. But now a little more into your personal journey in grid. How did you first even get started?
So many gyms ago, I don't even remember where I was. I don't even know how I found grid. I was like, what is this grid 6? I'm like, cool. It's a team thing, which I love doing team things because you can take a break while someone else dies, where individual, you're like, yo, I got nothing left. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So I approached some of my buddies who I was working out with. I was like, hey, check this grid thing out.
Yeah.
Like, it looks pretty cool. Like, you just go super fast and then you take a break for a while. You know what I mean? And, I think it was 3 guys, 3 girls. I was like, let's put a team together. So we went from there to Rob Corman, who originally was co-owner with me. I approached him about it. And he was like, oh, that does look cool. Let's get some people and put a team in it. And I was like, yeah, that's a great idea. But then I realized that was going from me playing in it to I'm not playing in it anymore. Mm-hmm. So it went from me being super excited about playing grid to I didn't think I got my first grid 6 under my belt until like year 2 or 3. So I ended up wanting to play and then just owning and coaching the team for a couple of years until I actually got to do grid. I was like, man, that sucks. Like, I wanted to play first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't sign up for this.
Yeah, he totally flipped it on me. But, hey, it worked out.
That's awesome. And then outside of grid, tell me a little bit about what you do in your personal life.
All right. So job-wise, I'm in law enforcement. I work for the state for FHP. So that's fun. On the SWAT team there, as we had to cancel the other day because
no, but I was like, you go do your thing. You texted me like, Bree, can we reschedule? You know, I have like going out on a SWAT mission, whatever y'all call it. I was like, you go do that. I'm like, that is cool.
Yeah, I felt bad and I was like, dude, I'm about to fall asleep standing up right now. Yeah, so I've been doing that for about 8 years.
That's so cool.
And I also have about 12 years. I'm in the reserves now. I have about 12 years in the Navy. So I do that, just basically anything that I don't know, I can still do some crazy stuff and play with guns every once in a while. You know what I mean? As I can still stand up and like have a little bit of crazy left in my life, I'm gonna try.
Well, that's awesome. Well, thank you so much for serving too, Chris.
Yeah, absolutely.
I appreciate that. But thank you so much for doing this interview today, and good luck with next season.
All right. See you guys soon. Later.